Well, today we got a special one for you, a really tiny gun. Wait, no, not that. Stop the camera. All right, here we go. So today we got the Taurus G4, the new subcompact handgun, 9mm, 9x19 by Taurus. Picked this thing up just a few days ago. I got it for $3.99, very cost efficient. And if I must say so, I took it to the range and shot it, and it most definitely is a good gun. It lived up to the Taurus G3, which I have already. So let's get started. First of all, you get a nice hard case. This time, not just in a box like the Taurus G3 or the G2. The Taurus G4 series is coming in a nice hard case. Go ahead and crack that open. Inside, I got the two-tone, the flat earth tone slide with the black frame. This one is the G4, like I said, chambered in 9x19, which is also 9mm Luger or 9mm Parabellum. I am not sure if this chamber was pressurized for plus P ammunition, but so far I have shot hollow points out of it. I forget the grain count on the ones that I shot out of it, and then I also shot 115 grain full metal jacket at the range, which you're going to see some footage of me shooting it. But let's go over the gun a little bit and what comes with it in the box. First and foremost, let's declare this gun clear. Clear? Clear. All right, so the Taurus G3 semi-automatic subcompact handgun, micro compact handgun. The barrel length in total is 3.06 inches, the overall length, with the small back strap is 5.8 inches, and the overall length with the large back strap is 6.05 inches. Overall height is 4 inches in height, about the width of a hand, and the overall width is 1.08 inches. So very, very small, low profile slide and frame here, and the total weight is 18.5 ounces, which is 1 pound, 2.5 ounces. Very light handgun. It comes with, of course, the handgun itself, 2 11-round magazines. So this one is 11 plus 1 in the head, or in the chamber, I'm sorry. Using bad terminology here, but this one is 11 plus 1 in the chamber, 2 magazines, 2 11-round magazines, 2 back straps. I have the larger back strap on there now, but this is the smaller back strap that was on it when I got it. I switched it to the larger one because I like the way the smaller one felt in my hand. I just felt like I needed a little bit more to hold on to. Also in the box, in good old Taurus fashion, you get an owner's manual. Looks like a coupon or a warranty thing here. Get the owner's manual. That's my price tag and stuff. Never saw this before in the Taurus, but you got the good old barrel and slide lock, and this cool little keychain. Now, some people will look at this and be like, oh man, I got a Taurus G4 keychain. Actually, what it is it's the tool for disassembly. If you see the little flat tip sticking out there, when you disassemble it, you use that to twist here in that little slot there for the takedown bolt, I guess you would call it. Technically it's a takedown lever, but because there's not really a lever to push down and pull out of the way, there's just a bolt here that disengages the locking mechanism that holds the slide in place. All right, so that's what comes in the box. Now let's talk a little bit about the gun. So First and foremost, I want to talk about how it felt in my hand. Like I said, I had the small back strap on there. It was a little bit uncomfortable. I felt like I needed just a little bit more meat there on the back side of the grip. So I needed that. I needed that bigger back strap on the back of there. I haven't shot it with the bigger back strap, but just the way it feels in my hand, it felt a lot better than what it did when I was firing it with the smaller back strap. Like I said, this thing is 11 plus 1 in the chamber. We are clear right now. Pull the trigger. It is single action, double action. It is not a double action pistol. It does not continuously cock the hammer with every trigger pull. It has to start with a round chamber. Hammer activates. Let's look at the reset on that thing. The reset is pretty much almost a full length out. Boom. Yep, pretty far reset, but it's a pretty small gun, so that reset is gonna feel short either way because it's a smaller, as Taurus calls it, a micro compact handgun. Like I said, I got this thing for $3.99, which is a pretty decent price point. Being that that's a Taurus, most of the time that's about the price you're gonna see unless you find one used or someone who really just doesn't know, or maybe you're buying it from a private seller and you'll get them for less than $3.99, maybe $2.99, $2.49. But this thing being brand new, fresh out the box, straight from the factory, it was $3.99. Where I purchased it from at Roy's Gun and Pawn here in Irving, Texas, or located in Irving, Texas. Let's talk a little bit more about how I shoot. So what I ended up doing was I only fired 50 rounds through here, and I shot at various distances, and then I ran a couple of rapid succession drills. So I shot at 5 yards, 7 yards, 10 yards, and then 15 yards. And I shot a couple of 2 shots, center mass. I ran with 6 rounds in the mag, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I did that drill again. Then I did a couple of fader stop drills, 2 to the body, 1 to the head. For this to be such a short length barrel, I was pretty spot on all the way out to 15 yards or 45 feet, which is in Texas one of the qualifying distances for the shooting portion. So could you, with the right skill set and training, and work on your mechanics and dry firing and everything else, shoot this thing and pass a license to carry class with this handgun at 45 feet? Absolutely. It was completely reliable. It felt good in my hand. It didn't. I've had micro compact or subcompact handguns before, and they were very uncomfortable when I shot them. A lot of times what I would run into is that this slide would eat up this meaty portion of my hand between my thumb and my trigger finger. So every time it would fire around and the slide would engage, the bottom of the slide would actually be scratching my hand here. But if you see, I probably got a good 1/8 of an inch of clearance there between my hand and the slide when it goes into action when firing around. All right, so now we're gonna do the shooting review portion, and I'll be on camera and I'll pop them up over there. Oh yeah, hey, and don't forget, subscribe, like, comment. All right, do that for me. Subscribe, like, comment. Subscribe, like, comment. Show me love. All right, let's get to the shooting portion. All right, so first and foremost, I want to talk about the grip on this thing. It was comfortable to be a gun of this size. However, like I said before, I did have to change the back strap, or I felt like the change in the back strap to the larger back strap was necessary for my hand size, and it does feel a little bit better in my hand now that I've changed the back strap. However, we run into another issue. The other issue I would say would be there's not enough real estate there for the pinky at the bottom of the grip. It's clear. There's not enough real estate there for the pinky at the bottom of the grip. Even when you put the magazine in, which is empty, still that slippage. However, with the proper training, proper techniques and mechanics, you can solidify that with your support hand. But just wasn't enough magazine extension there, and I hope that they do come out with some accessories for this thing here soon. Mag extensions, as well as maybe some holsters, hopefully a minimalist holster, and maybe I can change out the sights to something a little bit more flashy on this thing. So moving on, you're gonna see right now, you're gonna see my 3 targets from various distances. The first one is at 7 yards, the second one is at 10 yards, and at 10 yards, 7 and 10 yards, you can see that the grouping is very similar. There's not too much of a difference as long as you stay steady and consistent with your mechanics. But when you move on to the 15 yard, some of those mechanics that I talk about, even myself kind of slipped up on them and started to get a little crazy. Had a couple of shots fly wild, but still not so wild that it was embarrassingly bad and a complete miss. So with that being said, overall, the Taurus GX4 is a good handgun. I like it a lot. I just like to see some more real estate down there for the pinky. Give me some mag extensions, maybe some holsters to come out for this thing. I can get one made, of course, but I'd like to be able to purchase something as well, be able to purchase something already pre-made for this handgun. And also, I'd like to see something a little bit different on those sights, give it a little bit more flash, a little bit more, sight picture and sight alignment, accuracy and flash for me, for my personal taste. And that's about it as far as just how it felt, how it shot, whether or not it's a good gun. To me, I still say 2 gun guy thumbs up. It's a great gun, something I'm going to keep, something I'm probably going to carry in situations where, or on those days where I don't feel like carrying something more standard size or full size. So the GX4 so far has been very solid. That very short trigger pull and that very short reset it's a plus to this gun. But the downside about that trigger pull and the reset, just the trigger pull in general, is that it is a very light trigger pull for a small handgun like this with no safety feature. So that's something to be aware of when you guys are drawing from the holster or even getting out on the range. You want to make sure you keep that finger safe and far away from that trigger guard as possible so that you don't accidentally touch it, because it is a pretty light trigger, as I said. Moving on, talk a little bit about the rapid firing I did at the range as well. I wouldn't necessarily say rapid firing. I didn't do any mag dumps. I just did a couple of I did a few double tap drills, and I did them at 5 and 7 yards. And at that distance, I mean, my grouping was pretty bang bang. When I was on top of my mechanics and controlling my breathing and all of that, my grouping on those double taps, bang bang or bang bang or bang bang, my grouping was pretty tight through and solid. My sight picture was good. My sight alignment was good. Doesn't mean I necessarily like the sights, just means my mechanics are good. And then I did a couple of failure to stop drills, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. And the first shot to the head, I was a little bit off because I rushed my elevation to get that headshot in. But on the second one, I hit just that mid-neck, I would say, which typically is a fatal shot. So as far as, the accuracy and reliability of it in a inclement situation or a situation where you might have to defend yourself, it's pretty solid. I give it 2 thumbs up again. Once again, I'm not normally the kind of guy that goes for such a small handgun, but I saw this one. I already liked the G3, and I said, you know what? I'm going to get the GX4, G4X. GX4 is what it really is, but I still say G4X, and I even slipped and said G4, and I slipped and said G3 earlier, but never mind that. To get a small handgun that I like is rare, and I like this one. This one is pretty solid. So, as usual, it's just another quick review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you liked the video. If you do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like, comment, and even share. I'd love to see this floating around on Facebook or wherever you are in the social media universe, in the metaverse, wherever you are present at. please share the video, like the video, comment on it, and subscribe to the channel. We got more stuff coming for you soon. Like I always say, peace and power, because my peace is power and my peace is power. It's still clear.